Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is take you on a test drive. So next to me here, I have a 2025 Hyundai Sonata, and this is the new SEL convenience package. So we'll look at some trim options, interior, exterior, then go for a spin around, see what it's like out on the road. Okay, so now we're behind the wheel of the 25 Sonata, and this is actually the SEL Convenience, which is going to be a new trim for 2025. As you guessed, it was a package for 2024, but now it's its own standalone model, making it 6 different trim levels for the new 25 Sonata. Now it gets a little confusing because there is a few different engine options. You can do front wheel drive or all wheel drive, but this particular SEL Convenience is the front wheel drive. So this one has the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine. It's going to give you about 192 horsepower. Now, if you really want to go a little bit quicker, you can bump up to the turbocharged engine. That's going to give you about 100 more horsepower, putting you in at 290. Now, there also is a hybrid version of the model. So if you want even better fuel economy, that's going to keep pretty similar horsepower to this model, but it will return better fuel economy back to you as it is a hybrid model. Now, before we get too much into the weeds, I've got my phone with me as we typically do, and this particular one is going to have wireless Apple CarPlay as well as wireless Android Auto, and I've got a wireless charging pad. That's going to be part of that SEL Convenience package, so you are getting some pretty good stuff with this trim level. But for now, let's put it in drive, we'll go for a spin around, touch on some more stuff when we're out on the road. Now let's start with the exterior styling for the 25 Sonata. So like I said, there's a bunch of different trim levels. Those are going to get for different wheels, different options on the exterior, but I think this one's pretty cool looking. So the SEL Convenience does come with an 18-inch wheel. It's kind of got a silver and black finish to it. On the silver with some of the black accents around the vehicle, I think this does look really good. Now, as far as the front bumper design is concerned, this one has the LED headlights up front. So it's an automatic headlight. So pretty much you set it once when you get the car and you don't really think about it, but it does have a really cool kind of LED bar design that runs through the front of the vehicle. It gives it kind of an aggressive look at night, yet it's very stylish and seems to look more like a German sedan to me, which does kind of class up the front of this vehicle. Now out back, there's a really cool kind of lower diffuser. The black trunk mixed very nicely, like I said, with the silver on this vehicle. I think it does give it a really classy and good look to the outside of this vehicle. Now from the trunk space, it's huge. I popped it open. I left the floor mat boxes in there just so you could see how large this trunk really is. You can easily set a couple of golf clubs back there, make any Costco run you need, and you can also pull a little handle. That would flip the seats down if you do need a little bit of extra cargo space. Now, what about the back seat? So the second row, if you got the kiddos in the car seats, or you can easily put 4 or 5 adults in this vehicle. When I was sitting back there where I was driving comfortably, I actually moved the seat forward a little bit, I noticed when I got in. So there is quite a bit of space in here, and it does make it really nice. So if you're going on date night, or like I said, hauling the kids around, you can easily put 4 adults in here and have tons of room in the back. Plus, you've got 2 USB-C charging ports. So if you're going on a road trip, you want the kids to stay busy, they're gonna have all their devices charged up and they'll be nice and happy back there. Now, what about the driver's seat? So with the SEL Convenience package, this is a cloth seat. It's got a really good design to it. There's a center stripe that runs through and kind of almost like a herringbone style, but these are gonna be heated. So it looks nice today. It's not nice outside. It is cold, it is super windy. So I've got 3 level heated seats for the driver and the passenger. And actually this side is gonna be power, and it also has a lumbar control. So I found the seat to be really comfortable when I've been cruising around this morning. Now, another thing, you get the leather wrap steering wheel with this particular one. So it does feel really comfortable on your hands. You've also got the paddle shifters on this model. So if you want to get a little bit sporty, there's a drive mode select. So you can put the drive mode down there into a sport mode. So I'm jumping on the on-ramp here. You can put your foot down and 192 horsepower isn't bad. I would assume 290 horsepower out of the turbo would be even more fun when you're on the go, but now you can hear when I flip my blinker on, we've actually got blind spot monitoring this one. So it's a good point to touch on some of the safety. Blind spot monitoring, this one's got adaptive cruise control, it's got a lane departure mitigation system. So if you're doing a lot of highway driving and I kind of start to sway out of my lane, I'll get a little notice, it will blink on the dash and it will kind of notify me that I'm starting to swerve out of my lane. There's also emergency braking in this vehicle. There's a ton of safety that is standard built into the Sonata to help keep not only you, but obviously if your family's in the vehicle, very safe when you're on the go. I love the adaptive cruise control. It makes it so easy right here on the left side of the steering wheel. You can set that different 3-2-1 distance to the car ahead of you. It'll keep that distance, makes it really easy to eat up a bunch of miles. Now, it's quiet. It's comfortable in here. Like I said, I've got the wireless Apple CarPlay, and we actually have two 12.3-inch displays. So the left side here is going to be my digital gauge cluster. That's going to just kind of show you your pertinent information, like your trip computer and tire pressure stuff, and then you just have your kind of standard gauges. Then on the other side, that Hyundai system is actually really nice in there. So I've got the wireless Apple CarPlay hooked up right now. Google Maps, Spotify, my text messaging, everything runs through here. It makes it so safe and easy when I'm on the go. I actually also have voice controls. So you can program that. You can just click the button, tell it what you need it to do. That is way cool. It makes it really easy, like I said, to eat up a bunch of miles and keep your attention focused on the road ahead. Now in the standard Hyundai menu, you can just go through that. There's a few things you can subscribe to, whether you want the weather or you want to just kind of check on your maintenance for the vehicle diagnostics. There's lots of cool stuff built into that screen, but I figured for the most part, people are probably using Apple CarPlay or the Android Auto to get their maps and everything else when they're on the move. Now you do also have built-in navigation with the SEL convenience. There's a little map button I can select down here. That will pull up the maps on board, which is also pretty nice. Now this does also get dual zone climate control, so that is pretty cool because that will also let me set driver and passenger temperatures, so you're not arguing if someone's warm or cold. I love that, and again, the heated seats are just such a nice feature in this vehicle. Now, like I said, my phone is on the wireless charging pad down here, but there is also two USB-C chargers down here, so you can select those down below. And there's also a really cool button on here, so I can push the backup camera button if you're coming to a stop sign, if you're trying to see if the kids left maybe some stuff in the driveway. You can click the backup camera, it pulls it up on the screen, and you can actually select between 3 different backup camera views. So whether it's straight down, kind of the hitch view that would be, or you can make it the full 12.3-inch display, and it's a very clear display. It's not a blurry camera. It feels like it belongs in 2025, where some other manufacturers maybe don't give you the best quality. Hyundai certainly delivers on that point. So I love the interior in here. It's comfortable. Like I said, it's quiet in here. I like the vent layout. I like the design through the vehicle. And like I said, you can even add more equipment. So you've got your SE that they brought back for 2025, the SEL or the convenience, or you can work your way up through the trim levels if you want the leather heated seats, if you want to get all the comfort and luxury equipment. But I mean, this one comes with a panoramic sunroof up above. It was really nice and sunny today, and especially if you got the kids in the back with the darker interior. I love how much that opens it up. And I mean, you're getting a ton of equipment. Now we have to talk about price. So the SEL convenience giving you all this is going to be about $32,500. So that's for the front wheel drive model. Now, like I said, with the 2.5, you're looking at about 36 miles per gallon on the highway. If you go to the all-wheel drive, you lose a couple mpg off the highway mileage, but I mean, especially for up here in the Midwest, the all-wheel drive might be the way I would configure it. It's just a little bit more expensive, but for what you're sacrificing in fuel economy, you're gaining in that sure-footedness for weather. I mean, if it's going to snow and having the all-wheel drive is nice, yes, of course, the front-wheel drive would get you through, but I think it's great that they do offer that even as an option. Now, like I said, these start around $27,000 for the base SE, and it goes up to about the mid to high 30s, depending on how you load one up. So if you're looking at the average new car price right now in the US at over $49,000 to get wireless Apple CarPlay, heated seats, a panoramic sunroof, great fuel economy, and about 32 grand, there's a lot to like here in this Hyundai Sonata. I love the interior design, like I said. I think the exterior looks really cool. It's kind of classy, yet you can even go with more of a sportier design depending on the trim level you're looking at. The N-Line is really cool. If you want something a little sportier, if you want to do that turbo, there's options there. But I think for a daily driver, if it's you in the car 95% of the time, running to work, picking up the kids, running to the gym, grocery store, whatever you're doing, I think this is more than capable. Maybe you don't need that crossover SUV and you want to get 10 miles per gallon better on the highway. I think the Sonata is definitely one that can be kind of your everyday usable vehicle. Plus, not to mention the warranty. So right now, Hyundai's offering 3 years of maintenance on these vehicles and a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain warranty, plus a 5-year, 60,000-mile kind of regular bumper-to-bumper warranty. So it's the best in the business right now. There is so much cool stuff. I can't say enough good things about these vehicles. And maybe you need a little bit larger vehicle for the entire family. Hyundai offers such a cool, sporty, and fun lineup right now. I know I've got all the safety features built into this vehicle. I love the wireless Apple CarPlay and the 2 screens. Just make it feel so nice and comfortable. This is easily daily drivable. There's nothing you really have to think of. You get in, put it in drive, you can select right here on the stock to put it in drive, reverse, or park. Makes it easy, frees up a bunch of space down here as well. And this vehicle even comes with a remote start. So before I even hopped in this morning, it was nice and toasty for me. So I think if you're in the market for maybe even a crossover SUV, this gives you lots of space, style, and convenience. I think it is absolutely one to add to the list. Come out, take for a spin, and see what you think. Now that was just a quick look and drive at the 2025 Hyundai Sonata. Now if you have any other questions or you'd like to schedule a test drive, you can visit us online at walser.com. Stop by anytime, we'd be more than happy to help. Thanks again for watching.